Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. And, if I'm reading the date correctly, this should be the first episode of the new year, so that has some significance, I'm sure. Anyway, what we're going to do this time is we are going to go and do some companion quests, because, well, that's what we have. However, before we do that, I want to have a little look at this. I just want to make sure that the quest that we've got over in the Ravane Coast can't be completed. Because it's kind of sitting there and it's bugging me, because it's like, it's kind of like, it seems like maybe it should be able to be completed, because no other quest has sat there quite as long. Anyway, we're going to have a look at that. And then maybe we'll just do them in order. So Nev, Lucanus, Davrin. So let's, actually maybe we should do Davrin, Lucanus, Nev, because Davrin will be the end of the previous quest line that we did. Yeah, so let's maybe take Davrin, and if we're heading to Arlathan, Davrin and Balara, although usually when it's one of these ones, you don't actually get the other person, so yeah, let's take Davrin and Balara over here. That's the same party we had last time as well, which means we don't need to change anything. Cool. Let's head out. Right. No, I'm not doing that quest currently. I am doing this one, hopefully, if we can access this area. Let's see. That's still thoroughly inaccessible, huh? And I know we can actually see these over here, these beacons we can't go to yet. Huh. Yeah, interesting. Ravane is a very small place, which we've discovered very little of. It's a very odd bit of the map compared to like everywhere else. Like, look at Necropolis Halls. 83% discovered, 96% discovered, 83%, 95%, 100, 48, 100. So like, this is so unexplored compared to the rest of it, and yet there doesn't appear to be anything that we've missed. It's very odd. Anyway, Arlathan, where we're again going to do the thing where we don't walk through the main camp in order to make sure we don't trigger the main story, even if I don't think it will. Let's see. Oh, also, let's set Davrin's quest, so I know where to go. Ah, it's all the way back up here. Ah, so his quest is probably going to lead us into this area that we couldn't access. Because there's also an area in Arlathan we couldn't access that I completely forgot about. Yeah. Although that might be main quest. Though it might not be. Who knows? I'm trying to figure out where we actually need to go here. Round here and then back? Yeah. Yeah. That works. Then across here. Do a little jump. And we're there. Yeah, so this is into an area we couldn't access previously. Okay. Cool. And it's not going to be a combat one, most likely, or at least not significant combat, because we don't get to bring both party members. When Davrin returns to Arlathan with Hassan, he meets a figure from his past in the ancient woods. Oh, someone from his clan. Interesting. At least I'm assuming that's who it's going to be. Okay. That'll be cool.
Hassan can get the gate.
Another truffle hunt?
No, we're meeting Eldrin, the old elf I told you about. I spent summers here. Tended Hollow when I was a kid.
Hard to imagine the mighty hunter hanging out with deer.
Not everything in the forest should be hunted. Eldrin taught me that. He was like an uncle to me.
Hey, we have a little elfie quest. Okay. What's got you spooked?
Hassan, hang back.
Oh. He doesn't want to show us on to Eldrin? Okay. Although before we do that, like, obviously, there's other areas to explore. Not that one, though. That would be completely out there. Ooh, and love some of that. This guy's like, who did you bring to my camp? Why is he stealing all my stuff? Brass root upgraded, increases shock duration. Nice. Okay. Grab this. Ooh, a hala. Also, loot. That's a cool carving of a hala. And then does this link back? Ah, there we go. Links back to the main path. So this is not going to be a large area. Okay.
Eldrin, I got your message.
Oh? Who are you?
It's me, Davrin.
I knew a Davrin once. Strange kid. Too small, even for an elf.
Well, now, hold on.
So, this walking mountain of armor I see before me can't be him.
You sure got old and cranky.
You got old and far too good looking. I was always the lady killer.
This is Rook. We're working together.
I've heard the name. I've heard other things too.
There's some history.
Doesn't matter. I just need to know if you can be trusted around Hala.
I'm still Dalish.
I don't know what you've heard, but I'm still Dalish where it counts.
The Hala will decide that. Arlathan Forest is wrong in a way I've never seen.
We know.
The Hala aren't coming around, and these old bones aren't up to the task of chasing them anymore. I'm worried they're sick. I need you to check on them for me.
Asan, I told you.
Is that what I think it is?
I'm looking after him.
Remarkable. A griffin. Never thought I'd see one. Maybe all those summers here rubbed off. The monster hunter turned shepherd.
Okay. What was Davrin like?
What was Davrin like back then?
We don't need to waste Eldrin's time with...
He sang a lot.
This guy?
He'd sing to the Hala.
You mean the Grey Warden standing next to me?
Now, hold on. I'd get tired trying to herd them. I started humming to keep myself awake, and they slowed down to listen.
So naturally, you broke out into song.
Only when humming didn't work. Just getting the job done.
And now the job is caretaker to a griffin.
What's interesting about this quest is this is obviously the parallel to Tasha's quest, right? The one where you had her mother over for dinner. So it's interesting to see the differences between the quests, not in terms of like the content, but in terms of how the content is handled, right? Like Tasha's quest was very quick, there wasn't very much to it, it was a short conversation. This one appears to have a little bit of build up, and I assume it's going to have something for us to do after as well. It kind of feeds into the Ravane stuff all feels a little like undercooked. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we'll see. I mean, we've only just started this one. You know what? Let's try a joke.
Asan's got him wrapped around his little talon, searching all over for gingerwort truffle.
Yeah, Eldrin's heard enough.
Davrin, the truffle hunter? Seems my old lesson sunk in. Not every creature in the forest is quarry.
I didn't ignore everything you said. And now, we've got some Hala to find.
Davrin, I'm glad to see you took the road less traveled. It suits you.
Okay, what do we do?
Find some stone root, a marple tree, and vannerberries.
I thought we were looking for Hala.
A lot of people would go chasing after them, running around, getting nowhere. Hala can keep that up for days.
Maybe you could sing to them.
I'll go right on pretending you didn't say that. Trick I've learned. Ringing the dinner bell's a lot easier than searching the whole damned forest.
Okay. Well, let's head up this way. Although I'm a little worried, because last time we were over here, there were a lot of things that we had to kill. So the Hala may be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, also a lot of nugs around here.
Here we go. Found a marple tree.
See if it has a dead branch.
Yep.
Got it.
It's hollow, right? When you blow through it, it mimics a hollow's call.
The dinner bell.
Not ringing it yet, but that's the idea.
Okay. Okay. Also, it looks like we're on a variant of the map that doesn't have the enemies, which is probably good for us.
Here. Some vannaberries.
Sweet as candy. Holla lapped them up.
Interesting. I wonder what they taste like.
Don't even think it. Uncle Eldrin let me try one once. As a lesson. It lasted an hour. Paralysis, hallucinations, cramps.
Ugh.
Uh-huh. Great for Holla. Bad for people.
Okay. And then one more. Also, it just made me realize, with picking up these things, we've already had an equivalent of Tash's quest as well. It just didn't show up in that way. Another equivalent of Tash's quest that we had was Emmerich. Emmerich, in a kind of more, I don't know, macabre way, was definitely, you know, us meeting his parents. You know, they weren't, you know, quite as talkative, but we definitely met his parents. That's us meeting his parents. I'm just thinking, Nev, we haven't done anything like this. Balar, we haven't done anything like this. Harding, we haven't done anything like this. Am I missing someone? Gavin, Nev, or... I'm sorry, I need to do this, because it's going to bug me. Am I missing somebody? Lucanus! Lucanus. We haven't really done an equivalent for Lucanus. But I don't know if yeah, again, it doesn't really fit. But yeah, this is the third one of these that we're doing. Maybe we will have more of them that seem like they fit a little bit more into the into the mold that I'm seeing. Anyway, is it up here or am I going crazy? Yes.
Stone root.
Dig up a few. Good. Hang on to that. We slice away the outer husk. There's seeds inside that mimic the Holla mating scent.
I thought we were ringing the dinner bell.
Maybe it's a romantic dinner.
Okay. And then this one.
Time to get out that marple branch and call the Holla.
He sounds excited.
Let's hope it's that and not I'm hungry for venison.
Okay. Grab that. I saw something else in here, but I didn't. Okay. Cool. And then over this way. Ah, yeah, it was another area we couldn't access previously.
It's on the other side of this.
Okay.
He senses something. Could be Holla.
We've got a griffin. Hassan could track them.
I need to be careful of the predator in him that's ingrained to hunt and kill things before they kill him.
He'd attack the Holla?
Probably not, but he's never seen one.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Along here. Just making sure to check the corners up here, although we can definitely come back because it's the main area. Right. Nothing here. Nothing there. That's fine. Where are we going, boy? Oh, up here? Okay.
This is a good spot. Lay out the stone root and bannerberries.
Ah. Ooh, also, is that another one of these? Wonderful. Grace of the Hala. As they impose creation, gratitude and sorrow are the mindful sculptor's prayer. Through hammer and chisel, all statues, like the first Hala, are a violence that ends in beauty. Okay. Just checking the rest of the area before we do that. It's fine. Yeah, I'm off. I'm exploring. There might not be a reason to do this yet. It may take us along here afterwards, but I don't see a reason not to do a little exploring. What we got? Recruit's war hat, common appearance. Wonderful. Okay, just ignore everything else on the way. Yeah, there's a locked door, so that links back around. And then a chest at the top, which is our reward for doing this, I'm assuming. But we're gonna, like, we're gonna have dessert first and have our reward now. Okay. Cool. Ooh, is that what we have equipped? No, we did have it equipped, though. Ability damage if all share the same ability type. Oh. Now, there is a way to make that work. There is definitely a way to make that work for us. Now, that's one where we look at our character and we think, well, if I could just make them all say, like, area, then we can really start doing something. I don't know if we want to, but it's something to think about. When we had all control, that definitely would also have worked, but we're not going back to that. Yeah, we actually have everything different now, so that's not gonna... Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to fit in, but... That, 30... Was it 30% ability damage if all share a thing? Ooh, wonderful. Right, let's head over here. And check the other side of the ritual site. I can't go through there. Alright. How about here? Okay, sort of. Right, the other side is over here. Davrin's wondering where we're off to, but he's probably used to it by now. That's fine. Nothing over here. And let's go.
Time to blow the horn. I'll let you have the honor.
Oh, up here. I see. Let's go. Oh. Well, that's not good.
It looks sick.
Will you be mad at Solus? You're his help, Hala, or will it survive? Let's ask a question.
How long can it last like that?
Another week, maybe? The forest is going rotten.
We need to do something.
Look around for more vannerberries.
Oh.
Asan, don't you even think about going after it.
Remember, trust.
Right. Turlum. Okay. Asan, do as I would do, boy. Be nice.
Did, Asan just bring it some food?
He did. I'll be damned. Won't forget that anytime soon. Thanks for helping out.
It was nothing.
Don't sweat it. I guess it's not all about killing gods and monsters. There's more to him than hunting darkspawn.
Eyes of an eagle, roar of a lion. But maybe the heart of a Hala.
And the appetite of all three. You found your Turlum.
Yeah, we did. Come on, boy. You did good. We'll need to tell Eldrin about this Hala.
Okay. Can I go and see the Hala? Oh.
Easy there, girl. You just enjoy that meal.
Okay.
So your uncle is quite the character.
Eldrin will drink you under the table, then the floor, then bury you in the basement as a joke. Most of my clan didn't understand why I left. Eldrin had an open mind, saw I was restless.
He approved?
He knew I had to find my own way, though he warned me about joining the Wardens.
Too dangerous?
Too much darkness. Eldrin always preached balance in life.
Not something Grey Wardens seem to know much about.
We reek of darkspawn all the time. I guess that's why working with Asan, there's something to be said for drawing strength from the light.
Okay. Well, we've already got the loot, so... let's go. And then... whoop. That was fun. Hello there. Just waiting for Davrin.
Any luck?
We found one. Looked sick.
I was afraid of that. If you can find more vanberries.
Hassan took care of it.
A griffin helped to holler?
You had to be there.
It's like he was a shepherd. I couldn't believe it.
Remarkable.
Nothing about that in the training manual.
The world knows griffins as warriors who fought Darkspawn, but they existed long before that.
Existed as what?
A creature of the wild, free to explore their nature.
But griffins live for the hunt.
So do you. Yet now, you're a caretaker.
Anything can change, or nature can't be changed, or don't overthink it. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna say anything can change out of these three. But it's just immediately into a... so what's your philosophy on this? I'm gonna say anything can change.
I'm proof that anything can change. Don't know if it's for the better.
Nothing about change is ever certain. I once knew a restless young elf who believed there was more to life than shoveling hollow manure. It's the nature of nature to surprise us.
Maybe you're right. See you around, Eldrin.
Cool. Quest complete. A friend in need. Davrin helps an old friend, Uncle Eldrin, by feeding a starving Hala. Surprisingly, Asan pitched in and fetched berries for the poor animal, showing a side of griffins not seen before. Okay. Cool. Just taking a step or two in case these guys have some banter. Nope. Alright then. Let's clear out the rings. Oh, we still didn't manage to click on whatever was new. Ah, there we go. Perfect. And then library, we got some more codex. The Grey Wardens. From Davrin's journal, Uncle Eldrin. Seeing Uncle Eldrin again brought up old memories. Remember how tough he could be when I was a kid, always pushing me harder, never allowing for mistakes. He'd tell me, the world eats mistakes for dinner, don't be its next bite. We fought a lot, but there was love too. He wasn't even a real uncle. My own family never understood my restlessness, my need to leave the clan and strike out on my own. Eldrin did, and now I see he was preparing me. Our yelling and fighting toughened me up, made me stand on my own 2 feet, and sharpened a will inside me that would have been dull without him. I don't think I'd be alive if it hadn't been for the lessons he taught me. Okay, oh, we have more. Okay. This one. Another side to griffins. Now I know there's another side to griffins. I don't have to wonder about it anymore. Asan fed vanberries to a howler. I saw it with my own eyes. I was worried I'd have to hold him back from attacking. He's a predator after all, and it's what you'd expect from his lion half. What lion wouldn't eat deer? But it looks like there's something else in there too. Asan seems to have the instincts of a dog herding sheep. Maybe instinct is the wrong word. He understood the Hala was hungry and seemed to sympathize and want to protect it. That's beyond instinct in my book. Asan didn't gain anything from helping us. There's more to griffins than any of us knew. Okay. Interesting. I'm also wondering whether you can make all of these nice, wholesome quests, like, go down another path. Like, not... obviously, this game does not have an evil path. It's not... the game isn't built for it. But it does seem like it would have a hardened path, to put it that way. As in, like, you could have whispered in Davrin's ear and said, no one can change. He's a predator and that's all he could be earlier. And then maybe it would have changed things later. They probably wouldn't have Hassan killing Nahala. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. But maybe you can... maybe from the ends of these quests you can lead to something. I don't know. So far we've only had one person who's hardened, and that's Nev. And that happened through very obvious ways, so I'm not entirely sure whether the mechanic has any other depth, but... anyway.
Your old necromancer friend, Hezenkas. She's a lich?
In some respects, her attempt to achieve lichdom was only partially successful.
So there are different kinds? Which kind are you? A good lich or a bad lich?
I'm not a lich.
Oh, okay. But Hezenkas is bad? We're okay to kill her? Or re-kill her?
Yes, if we must.
Okay. Sorry we have to re-kill your friend.
As am I, Tash. Thank you.
Okay. And down here. And... we've got Harding and Lucanus. Also, it does make me think that Tash may not entirely know what a lich is.
The fires are lit.
Given her questions there. But, you know, she's getting in the spirit of things.
Lucanus, have you ever had a dream where you forgot you had a job to do?
And you only remember it at the last moment, all the time.
And then you go to do the job, and your teeth fall out.
For me, it's always, and then I left my boots in Treviso somehow.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. So... I guess our next quest is Inner Demons or Chasing Leads. Let's do Inner Demons. We're going to Treviso. We are taking Lucanus. And I guess Malara? Although, Emmerich would always be interesting. Like, when they talk about dead people, it's like, well, Emmerich could just talk to them. But let's take Malara. Sure. Although you don't need to apply Weakened, although that's one that we've leveled up. I don't know. Well, we'll take Balara. She's not going to be in the quest. I think. I think that Balara is not going to be in the quest. It's going to be another one of these quests where it's just me and the one other companion. But we'll see. That's just on a different level. That's fine. I was trying to figure out what was going on with that. Oh, the quest is here. Oh. It's like, wait a second. It's in Docktown? Oh. Oh, I'm very sorry. It's in Docktown. Not Treviso. Well, you know what that means. That means that what I should really do... Can I change my... How do I can change them at the Illuvian, right? How do I change my companions? Wait, can I even change them at the... Do I have to go back to the lighthouse to change my companions? How do you... Yes, I think I do. That's weird. Is there really no way to change your companions here? I guess not. Huh. Alright, we're going back to the lighthouse. I was thinking we could bring Nev and Lucanus along, given that we both have quests. They both have quests here, but... Yeah, okay. We have Harding and Balara. Tash is out of position. And then Emmerich and Davrin. Where's Lucanus? That's a great question. Where is Lucanus? Alright, we're missing Lucanus. Interesting. He's just disappeared out of existence. Well, we'll go and check on where he should be. Maybe he's just overlaid on someone else. There we go. And up here. Oh, they were down there all along. Hello.
Irsa Telnal, Mythalos Mathaneras. We thought it meant Mythal gives you dreams. It wasn't that. It was Mythal took your dreams all along. Isatunal, Mythal took your dreams. Your lyrium brings pride to our gods. Little dwarves, never yours the sun. Forever, forever. That's it. That was it the whole time. They knew.
And then they forgot.
We won't let them forget. Not this time.
Okay. Back this way. Tosh? Oh, and Lucanus, I see.
Hey, Lucanus, are there non-binary crows?
Sure. Lots of them.
Do they still get capes?
Of course. Why wouldn't they get capes?
I don't know. People do stupid gender stuff. Only men can wear this, only women wear that.
Not in Antiva. The only rule is that you must have style.
Good.
Lucanus. I'm not questioning it. I mean, I'm questioning it. Did you see Zevran's outfit that we got previously? Are we saying that has style? Well, maybe it has style on Zevran. It definitely did not have style on us. It looked odd.
I heard a strange thing, Emmerich.
It's simply not true that Manfred's doing my laundry. He's got tangled in a bedsheet, and Tosh mistook that for...
Not that. I heard you're preparing for some big necromancy rite.
How did you know?
You talk out loud to yourself a lot, Emmerich.
Ah, oh dear. The rite is a difficult, delicate thing. I promise to explain it if I succeed.
I get you. Good luck.
Okay. Interesting. Yes, interesting. Anyway, just to give context to my Lucanus thing, I'll show you what I'm talking about again. In case you've forgotten. It's this outfit that just looks very, very odd. Although not quite as odd as the Lords of Fortune common appearance that we got at the same time. But it was... this one? Ew. No, it was this one. There we go, the invitation. Yes. It was that one. Doesn't matter as long as it's style. I guess, you know, there's a certain level of style there, but I guess it's not our style. Right. Anyway, moving on. Let's head to Docktown. With Lucanus and Nev. Wonderful. Now we have the correct team. There's really no way to change your party here. That's very weird. Actually, you can change your party at the... Oh, I just remembered. We can change your party at these things, right? Yep. Okay. Yeah, weird. Just looking for codex entries in here. Not that we've seen one in a while, but it's worth paying attention to, just in case. Right. Oh, they're in the same place as well. Oh, I just also realized, look at next to their name. One says conversation, one says outing. Oh. Oh, it literally tells you what you're going to get. Oh. Reading what's on the screen gives you more information about what's happening. Crazy. You know what concepts they come up with.
In Docktown? Who's our next rising star?
Right, head down this way. Yeah, I think we've seen that. Okay, that's fine. Down this way. In here. Ignore all of these guards.
Father gives me an allowance and I barely use any of it. I could donate some to those who need it more.
You're adorable. Trying so hard.
Adorable. Oh, right. Anyway. Back here. Nev, yours is a conversation, so I guess we'll do yours first. You wanna be here for this? Yeah, thought you might. Nev meets with the Threads to discuss Aelia.
There's dangerous fanatics, then there's Alia. She's loose in Ducktown, and we're in the dark.
What's the plan?
The Threads and Alia's Venatori are at war. That might slow Alia down, but until I know her plans, I need to hear whatever information the Threads pick up.
What about Rana? Can she help?
I told Rana that Alia's back. She needs the warning. As for help, Rana wants to be an example. Not sure where that goes anymore.
You're worried about Rana?
You're worried about her.
I'm worried about everyone. Tired enough to admit it.
Dogtown's protected. What can the Threads do for you?
Alia's a pain for both of us. Let's talk.
We know people in this town. Neighbors. When they don't turn up on the rounds, we notice. Alia used the Threads for dirty work. Stolen relics, muscle, spies. These people, they disappear.
And you don't know where to.
Alia's good at covering her tracks. That's why you're here. I've got names of missing people, including those hardly anyone noticed yet. All yours, no catch.
Okay, I'm assuming there would be a catch if the message that popped up previously wasn't there, which said, because you took the Threads deal, Damas likes you. Okay. I don't buy it. We need to save those people, or that's generous, I guess. Okay. Let's say we need to save those people. Let's act like allies.
We can't let Alia do this. If what she did to the Threads was an opening act...
We won't like the show.
This is war. We find Alia, we kill her. Give the cult something to think about. You find her, you do the same. Docktown's ours.
To Docktown. From the people who breathe it, bleed for it, no one's got its back like we do.
To doing whatever it takes, or to a fairer city one day. Interesting. I think, although we're allies, we are going to say to a fairer city one day to make it clear what our intentions are.
To a better Docktown. And doing the best we can till then.
You go far.
To home.
Okay. And that was that. Okay. And now we have an outing with Lucanus. A piece of news brings the conflict between Lucanus and Spite to a crisis point.
You found something about Ilario?
Possibly. What do you mean, possibly? You have something or you don't?
It's Caterina.
We don't know that for certain.
Tell me.
I've got my eyes on Villa della Morte. One of them brought back one of Caterina's rings.
It had been thrown out with the trash. Ilario would never do that. He'd at least pawn it somewhere.
Okay, before we get into this, I just want to point out that this is exactly what I was talking about in the previous episode, with the world seeming smaller because they take out the travel time. By that, I'm meaning that we are meeting with the crows here, which is somewhere that is not very near to Antiva, with two of the crow leaders. It seems very odd because they're also talking about something that happened in Antiva, right? So there's not really any reason for us to specifically be here, but we are meeting here. Why? I don't know. I guess it's a nice place to meet. But the other thing that's interesting is that it's taken out the travel time for them to get there, or it's implying that this has happened this has been months since we last saw them, right? Like, either it's implying that the length of time that the game takes place over is huge, or it's implying that they got here very, very, very quickly from somewhere. And you have to assume that they use the Alluvians then, at which point it opens a whole bunch of questions like, do we have the Alluvians available for anyone to use? And it's It's very odd. It makes the world feel smaller despite it covering a larger distance. Anyway, there's my rant about that over with. You think it's a message?
You think Katerina threw the ring away as a message that she's inside the house.
Her opal ring. Lucanis, you know what that means.
She gave that ring to my mother. It was the mark of her favor. House Veilguard killed my parents and sent it back to Katerina to demand she surrendered the seat of First Talon. She's alive. Ilario, you idiot.
We need more eyes in the villa to say for certain.
Ilario would tear the city apart searching if he'd lost this. How could she be alive? What is he thinking? How am I supposed to deal with this?
We need to plan a rescue. The sooner we get Katerina out of there, the better.
It could be a trap. We have to deal with Ilario first.
He could still kill her if we move against him. Maker knows what's in his head.
V, you're too pessimistic for your own good. Reason with him, Lucanis.
I thought I had a clear shot at my target. What if I go after him and get Katerina killed? Help us.
Oh ho ho. How?
How? What do you need?
He'll listen. He always listens to you. Come.
Oh, where are we going? What
did you do? Is this the Fade? It seems different. It isn't like those fragments of Solas's past in the Crossroads either.
Lucanis is here. Always. Behind locked doors. I can't break through.
Alright, let's go get him.
Okay, so we now have spikes. Okay.
Supposed to have a useful demon, and instead I have a useless abomination. Wonderful!
I know this place. It's the ossuary, the prison we freed Lucanis from.
Freed? No. We've always been here.
Right, it's not the real ossuary, but it doesn't seem like a memory either. Lucanis is in here somewhere, right? He's what? Where they kept his blood?
Yes, go there. But the locks everywhere. I can't touch them.
How do I get past the locks? Turn myself into a mouse? Fight a bunch of giant spiders?
By getting past the guards. It's a prison.
Right. What was I thinking?
Reference to Dragon Age Origins, where that's exactly how you traverse the Fade. However, they're effectively saying, no, we're not going to make you do a series of puzzles to traverse the Fade this time. It is a part of the game which is definitely controversial, and to the point where there are mods that just skip the entire part of the game. But they also have to then grant you a bunch of bonuses, because what it does is it's also not only is like a puzzle section that you have to get through, it also contains a large number of stats just randomly popped around the area, and if you don't actually go and get the stats, your character will be effectively understated for the rest of the game. So it's very odd, because you can't just go for the quickest path through. You have to explore the entire thing every single time you do it, because you need all the rewards from it. It's a very odd section of the game. Anyway, it adds very little to the game by the fact that you can skip it and you don't really miss out on too much. It's cool the first time you do it though. The 6th or 7th time it starts to lose its appeal. Anyway, I'm just checking the corners here. Are we gonna have to fight, or you kind of implied that we're gonna have to fight, but there's no loot. Why am I looking for loot? I mean, there might be some here, but logically, is there gonna be any loot inside of Lucanis's mind that we can then bring out into the real world? That seems unlikely. I'm of course assuming that this part of the Fade is within Lucanis's mind, but maybe I'm wrong in that assumption. Anyway. Or his mind is trapped within the Fade somehow, which would be weird, because then you'd have to ask the question, who have we been speaking to this whole time? Anyway. Get further in. It is an interesting looking place, though. The underwater fade is definitely it's a very eerie place to be. Especially given that Spite isn't speaking to us. Oh, the door opens. Lovely.
Still fighting. Tiresome. There's no point, you know. Nothing awaits you anymore. You're long dead.
Okay. Well, ready to fight?
Nobody's here.
Of course not. Rook can't be here.
Me? Why not?
You open doors. You don't close them.
Okay. I mean, this feels bad because we're letting Spite, a demon, into a place which Lucanus, if this is his mind, has locked off from Spite. But, hey, we don't have any other options.
Gushing stuff. You can't dwell on this. It'll drive you mad.
Okay, what have we got? Thought fragments. She gave that ring to my mother. It was a mark of her favor. House Veilguard killed my parents and sent it back to Katerina. So few of us left. Okay. Over here. I want to read that again, just so I can get it in my head. Apologies. She gave that ring to my mother. It was a mark of her favor. House Veilguard killed my parents and sent it back to Katerina. Katerina gave the ring to Lucanus's mother. Then his parents were killed, and then House Veilguard sent it back to Katerina. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I had that right in my head, because in my head I was like, I'm not entirely sure who the ring was given to. Hello, you must be Katerina. Okay. I mean, we've met her, so I assume it is her. Ooh. What if I go after him and get Katerina killed? All I have left. I think that we should go and get Katerina first. I don't think revenge on Ilario is the correct thing to do. But we're more like brothers. Katerina took us both in. All we had left. Yeah, and he didn't kill Katerina. He may have betrayed Lucanus, but he didn't kill Katerina. So maybe there's redemption? Although I'm not sure if Spite is going to allow redemption.
Rook, did you forget our deal? You were to bring my grandson back to me.
I did.
You brought me an abomination. Where is my grandson?
Tenderness and terror. Rage and relief. Old stale fear of disappointment.
This is the Fade, so this Katerina is a spirit? Something like that?
No, Lucanus is mine. They won't dare. Thoughts live here. Ideas, feelings.
She's his idea of Katerina, then. Katerina? Lucanus is trapped, but I think you're part of his way out.
He thinks he failed you.
Lucanus thinks he disappointed you. With that chaining him, he can never be free.
Is that what you want? To release a demon?
Lucanus is the one who's trapped by the idea he failed you. But you know he's not to blame.
My poor boy.
Envy is the rarest of all demons. Most challenging to cultivate. The conditions must be perfect.
Ah, so was the original demon that they tried to put into him envy, and envy turned into spite? Is that what we're getting at? I shouldn't have let myself fall asleep. This was my mistake. Spite is here. Okay. It's Harding. Okay. If If I cannot stay in control, Spite is waiting. Anything else over here? Oh, yep, one more. You'd have to kill me, and Spite would die. Hey, Harding.
Don't worry, Rook. I've got my eye on the prisoner.
You've conjured up a friendly face, Lucanus. But your real friends and allies need you in the real world.
Rook, are you sure Spite isn't tricking you? What if there's no Lucanus, just the demon?
After a year in the ossuary, you might believe that. But you're no demon.
Look around. This isn't the mind of a human being, let alone an Antivan crow.
It's still Lucanus.
You are the man you were, Lucanus, even buried in this pain. No demon would punish itself like this.
You really shouldn't trust anything you find in the Fade.
I trust you, Lucanus, and I trust myself to get you home. Let me.
You know that's the kind of attitude that's gonna get you killed, right?
I'll risk it. I have a master assassin on my side, don't I?
Just be careful.
Okay. This might be a very bad idea, but we don't actually have any options, so... let's go.
Katerina was first done. This is crow business. We can handle it.
Well, this definitely looks like somewhere we're fighting Spite. Ooh, behind us. There aren't words enough to apologize. I cannot be this. Okay. It's Nev. So, has he conjured up Nev because she's an investigator? So when he has to figure out whether he is himself or the demon, he conjures up Nev? Or is Nev a... I'm wondering whether Nev is a symbol of his guilt. As in, because his city was saved instead of Nev's. Also, I'm just having a look over here. This is very much like the board we saw previously. The one we saw in Docktown somewhere with all the lines. This is obviously different, but it is similar. I don't know what the symbol is in the top left. Thing in the middle looks like an... it definitely looks like it could be a mage, like an elven mage. Don't know what bottom left is. It almost looks like some kind of target. Then top right is some kind of spirit. Oh, okay. I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight. I'm better than this. I'm going to ignore Nev for now. This... I didn't want you to see that. Again. I'm not this. I cannot be this. Okay. And Nev?
Hey, Rook. Should you be here? Can't say it's the safest place in the world.
Stomach-churning excitement. Dread with a hint of hope. A long way to fall.
Somehow, I thought Lucanus would think of Nev as being more... Tevinter?
Tevinter? People come in three kinds. Family. Enemies. Contracts.
I hope that's just Spite talking. Nev, you need to let us pass.
You know how he is, Rook. Even if you open the door, Lucanus won't walk through it. This is where he wants to be.
I'm here to help.
Lucanus always has a choice. If he can't see that, I'm here to show him.
You really think you can help him? You're such a sap, Rook.
I think it's time you stood aside and let me try.
Okay.
What trouble you've been.
Well, I'm guessing we're about to walk into the Echo of Zara. Let's go. The Blood Vault. Or Vault.
I get one of you back, only to lose the other.
What is he thinking? How am I supposed to deal with this? What have you done? Okay. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too. Cousin, what about you? Okay. Hello, Ilario. So, family, enemies, or contracts. What does that make him?
Rook, you're too good to be wasting your time in a place like this. Forget about my cousin. You've got much more important things to worry about, don't you? You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Sharp, jagged edges. Hurt with every breath. Grief and relief. Hope and anger mixed.
Lucanus, you don't owe Ilario a second thought, much less a supporting role.
He put us here.
You've got to leave this be, Rook. You turn my cousin loose, it's only going to cause more grief.
Okay. Grief for who?
I think Ilario will be feeling that grief, right, Lucanus?
You know that Katerina had 5 children? 8 grandchildren, all dead now, except for Lucanus and me. Last time the Grows fought a war of succession, House de la Morte lost everything, except the seat of First Talon. This time, we fight ourselves. What will be left then? You think you'll survive? Your friends? Your cause?
Let's say don't let him speak for you.
This scum doesn't get to speak for you, Lucanus. Everything that's happened is his fault.
Is it? Are you sure of that? Do you really think he made a deal with a demon? He's not even a mage. Or do you think maybe he just found the one there already? He'll carry this prison with him forever, and he'll fill it with corpses given time.
We need out!
You know friend from foe?
You're an Antivan Crow, Lucanus. A professional. Trained to avoid collateral damage and go after the real enemy.
You have no idea what the consequences will be.
Whatever they are, Lucanus, I'll be there to help you.
Thinking one of the other implications from this at this point is that Lucanus has also been holding himself back because he's worried that if he goes back to the way he was, the demon of Verantium, he will be a literal demon. Which is interesting. Because with Spite here, it could be.
Charge, you wouldn't have to do this anymore.
But it could also explain why he didn't get the killing blow on Gillinane. Maybe there was a little hesitation. You know, maybe that's what we're leaning into. Any more codex stuff? Or not even codex, just things to read? I don't think so. There's Lucanus.
What are you doing here, Rook?
There you are. Thank goodness.
Lucanus.
I have not moved. There's nowhere to go.
You see? He breaks our agreement. His mind is still here. He wants to stay here, so he keeps me here!
Mierda! Why would I want to stay? Even in my head, this place is a nightmare.
Right, but it's a nightmare you already defeated. I get it now. As bad as the ossuary was for you, it was better than the alternative.
What alternative?
The ossuary, Zara. You could solve those problems with a blade. But healing again? Living as an abomination? There's no simple answer there. And if you fail, you could hurt the ones you love.
No! This is not... Damn it, Rook!
Make him leave!
Let's say he will eventually.
He's trying to leave, Spite. It's Complicated. Mortals can't just change ourselves. It takes a lot of time.
Rook, you're right. There has to be a way through this. It's just so much. I cannot see how to begin.
Start small, you and Spite. Figure out a goal you can both agree on, then make it happen.
A contract?
Contracts are for clients. Call this an alliance. But on what terms?
Definitely save Katarina. Punishing Ilario, maybe it would feel good, but that's not going to be healthy for him going forward.
Didn't you just learn your grandmother was alive? What are you waiting for? Go rescue her!
That's true.
Fighting crows?
And anyone else that gets in our way. Do we have a deal? We free Katarina together.
Together, we will fight!
Okay then.
Rook, are you alright?
What's the matter with the two of you?
We're good now.
We worked some things out. That's all. How long were we standing here?
Just long enough for it to get awkward. You're sure you're alright?
We're fine, Thea. Don't waste your worry on us. Can I trust the two of you to keep an eye on Ilario? If he starts anything, I want to know about it.
I was going to do that anyway.
You're planning something.
I'm getting Katarina back. But Viago is right. We need more information before we move. Ilario panicked when I came back alive. If he panics again, he could actually kill her this time. We'll only get one chance at this.
Okay. Well, Inner Demons complete. When he learned that Katarina might still be alive, Lucanus was locked in indecision about what to do about his family. With help from Spite and Rook, he has chosen to focus on freeing Katarina. I gotta say, the quest wasn't as well done as it could be, but I like the concept of that a lot. I think that was a very cool concept for a quest. I think that potentially, I don't know, I think the dialogue system didn't give you a lot to work with there, and it was kind of obvious what your choices were going to be even before you went in there. As in, you were going to have to say, do you go for Ilario or do you go for Katarina? So there was a lot of build-up to an outcome you already knew was going to happen. But still, cool. Let's leave here. And then I'm just going to check something on the world map before I do anything else. Okay, so we only have the main quest to do, currently. Currently, we only have the main quest. Now local map. Okay, we do have another conversation with Lucanus. Now that bubble means conversation, right? Not quest, although this one I think means quest. Unless it's the other way around. Either way, I think we have one quest from these guys. Tash and Balara, Davrin and Emmerich. Okay. Then we have Lucanus and Nev, both with their individual quests. Okay. So through here and down this way. Ooh, almost fell off the edge.
It's good we've got you here. You can tell us what elven stuff starts fires when you pick it up.
That's the plan.
Okay. Again, it feels like we haven't had a lot of Balara's banter, and we're kind of getting it all, like, we're getting all the start banter with her every time we see her. Let's do the stuff that isn't quests first. So let's go up here and get this one. Emmerich and Davrin.
What a terrible form of immortality has fallen upon Essaya.
Gloomhowler, Essaya, should have died ages ago, warden or not.
Why does the blight kill most people it touches, yet infuse a few with this dreadful vitality?
No idea. If I ever go bad like that, have Tosh breathe on me. Go out in a blaze.
Okay. But Emmerich asking the questions. Interested in the answers, but... Anyway, let's head over here. I think these are generally not conversations. These are generally like 2-line quests being given.
Supper in Docktown?
You're actually taking a break?
I've got leads to chase on Alia and Docktown's missing people. A few sources will only talk if I'm alone. But if you're around after, you help me uncover all this. Supper's on me.
Sure. Count me in.
Okay. Fair enough. As I said, it's a 2-line one. And we barely even got that. Supper in Docktown. And now, conversation.
Oh, great. Is it your turn to cook? What's all this going to be?
Paella. Well, 2 of them. One without seafood for Emmerich. And a gooseberry pie for dessert. Nev's favorite.
You made dessert just for Nev?
There's enough for everyone.
Yes, but you still made it just for her.
You think it's a bad idea?
You like Nev?
You're sweet on Nev.
Don't say it like that. You think it's too much?
She'll love it.
Don't they say the way to someone's heart is through their stomach? It's perfect.
The best way to the heart is between the 4th and 5th ribs. Don't listen to Biago.
That was definitely not what we were just talking about, Lucanus.
I'm not good at this. Hilario's always been the charming one. I just had to be good with a knife.
You can be both.
Rook. Thank you for giving me this contract.
Okay. Navarin Hazelnut Thort. Note from Emmerich attached to a copied out recipe. Lucanus, here's my mother's hazelnut tort. She made one every winter send. Cake. 1.5 cups of sugar. 2 cups of finely ground toasted hazelnuts. 3/4 of a cup of sifted flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, sift into flour. 8 eggs, whites and yolks separated. 1¼ cups of apricot preserves, apricot liqueur for brushing. Icing. 8 ounces of chopped up dark chocolate. 1 cup of heavy cream. Pinch of salt. 2 tablespoons of orange liqueur or rum or strong coffee, if wanted. Instructions. Beat egg yolks with sugar until thick and light yellow. Beat egg whites in a fresh bowl. Mix ground hazelnuts into the egg yolk and sugar. Slowly add flour, then gently fold in egg whites. Butter and flour. 2 8.5-inch pans. Bake around an hour. 325 degrees. Take cakes from pan, cool, split in half, brush with apricot liqueur, warm apricot preserves, strain out skins, spread preserves across cakes, and then some icing as you stack. Decorate with icing and whole hazelnuts. Icing. Gently boil cream, then pour over chopped up chocolate. Add a pinch of salt for taste, stir, then let rest for 15 to 20 minutes to make sure that it's all melted. Cool completely, then whip it up and decorate the cake. Can add in coffee or liqueur or both to taste. Can also add in ground hazelnuts when whipping up the icing to add texture. I gotta say, it seems like an okay recipe. I get the feeling I would absolutely hate this. Mainly because I don't like hazelnuts, I don't like coffee, and I'm fairly certain I don't really like liqueur or rum, which is basically means that every ingredient of this is not something I'm into. Although if you take those out, what you've got is a pile of sugar, and that I think I could get down with. I think a pile of sugar is something I could work with. Anyway, back to the codex. Let's have a look in here. Lucanus' logbook 4. Late afternoon, exercises. Discussion with Tash, Crows. Evening, inventory with Balara. Supper preparations. Alara has ambitious plans for future meals at the lighthouse, which she leaves to the two of us. I've been tasked with suggesting substitutions where ingredients are not available. Some of her own suggestions are rather inventive and would create a balanced flavour profile. Viago speaks often on the art of masking certain tastes. Perhaps I should set up a meeting so they can compare notes. Perhaps the enemies of House Deriva won't last much longer. I wonder how Balara would feel about that, where she's like, oh, you could do this, it tastes kind of like that, and it might hide that taste. And then Lucanus is like, oh yes, we could use it for poison. I don't know if Balara would be into that, but anyway. That leaves us with 2 quests. After all of that, leaves us with Nev's quest, and it leaves us with the main quest. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we'll come back, we'll do Nev's quest, we'll wander around here a little bit. I don't know what we'll do if Nev's quest is like 5 minutes long. I don't know if we're going to start the main quest or if I'll think of something else to do. But that, I think, is roughly our plan. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.